Hello, everyone. This is the third episode of the Better Talk podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Atina, and today we have three special guests. We have Kai Parker, LJ Sason, and then we have a very special guest, Randy Lilly. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. I get to come here and get paid to do so because I had a bunch of people do my work for me earlier today, so that was pretty nice.
How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a fun day at the radio station, so that was a nice morning.
Yeah, same thing. It was a very exciting morning too. So.
Yeah, no, it was a fun experience to get over there and to just get the insights on what goes on there in a day for not only the writers but also the talkers for the radio. So yeah,
I think that's one thing that a lot of people may not realize is that in 2023 you have to do everything. You know, we don't just have a writer or a on-air person. You have to do everything. So it's nice to be able to bring the next generation in to show them you have to be pretty good at everything. You have to be able to do most of everything in that building. You're not just able to get away with being good at just one thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like we kind of got to do a bit of everything, mostly on-air stuff, but we got to do some, even reading scripts for like the weather and the news and stuff like that. That goes in rather than just off top of your head going off of what the topic is for the scenario. And yeah, it looks like you guys said you were a little short-staffed today, but normally there's a couple more people for that. How many people would you say usually in a day is on set?
If we're looking at just a regular weekday in the content or on the content side of it, probably 7-ish. But everybody has different things that they have to do. So one of those people is Ryan Simpson, who's also the program director. So he has a lot of different things to do. But for those of us in the newsroom or on airs, yeah, generally 7-ish people.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know because it's always different. I bet you at some different radio stations it's different for everyone because everyone kind of has their own system, and once you get in the system, it's kind of just a groove of things, and that's what has to be done.
Yeah, I used to work in a radio station in Brandon, and at one point we had the largest newsroom between Regina and Winnipeg. We had 6.5 people. They now have 1. And so the industry does change a lot, and it's nice to work at a place that really values local information. And you can't just have one person getting local information. You need a team. And that's another reason I really enjoy where I work now, is that we have multiple people that can go and work on a story, go get pictures, go get audio, do it, the actual interview itself or edit or whatever. Because we all can do everything, we all can work together in various ways, right? So it makes it a much easier job when you have people that are able to do everything, and a lot more exciting too, because it's never going to be the same day. I didn't know what today was going to be like. I knew you guys were coming in. I didn't know what it was going to be like. Yeah,
because it kind of a lot of it is not on the fly per se, but like quick like thinking and like reactions for like what needs to be done that day. Like every day is kind of different. Like same general stuff, but different topics and stuff. So like it's probably a little like. It's probably very interesting to be able to do the same thing, but not the same thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. The skeleton's the same.
Yeah.
Right? I know I have to do a newscast at 12 at noon, right?
Yeah.
It's the first thing I have to do when I get to work is I have to record the 8:30, do the 9 o'clock news, that sort of thing. But I don't know what the news is going to be. You know, contrary to popular belief, I'm not out there starting fires so that I have stories to write or report on, you know?
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to be happening in a given day or on a given day. And today was a great example of that as well. I didn't know how much experience I was going to be able to give you guys. I had a general idea, but then somebody was sick today and we were short-staffed because the sports person's not working today. So when you come in and I say, I actually need your help, I mean, I kind of did. It allowed me to teach you guys, but also keep myself very motivated to make sure that everything got done. And it was just such a fun experience to have you there and to show you that, hey, things break. Sometimes you'll be reading a story about a local bake sale or a fundraiser, and all of a sudden, boom, big fire in a building somewhere. You have to go take video, take pictures, write it, get it on the air immediately. You know, anything can happen. Where maybe somebody prominent's coming to visit and you have no notice on it. We found out the day before that the Prime Minister was coming to town. Stuff like that, where you have to drop what you were already planning to do and go and cover other stories. it's a fascinating industry to be a part of because you never truly know what stories are going to write. I have a general idea what tomorrow's going to be like, but when I get there tomorrow morning, I'm going to find that it's all completely changed.
Yeah, something could happen tonight that changes tomorrow, or just like vice versa. Like
Yeah.
I think that was like us when we showed up there. I think we had a general idea, but we didn't know exactly what we were going to be doing.
Yeah, I think like just seeing you guys work too, like, is lots of quick thinking on the fly, and that's like one of the things that like I was really surprised about was just seeing like not everything was completely scripted. Like there's little key points that you guys had, but like not everything really being super scripted was just like that was kind of a bit of a surprise for me, and I thought that was just like kind of crazy how you guys could really just like piece it all together just as quickly as you guys do and as smooth as you guys do.
I know LJ and I, we were having conversations while you were working on the money scope where I was just like, all right, you just have to look at the screen and look at these various spots and have a general idea what's going to happen, and then try to be as up-to-date as possible. And I guess you can't be too terribly scripted all the time because things change. So if you were locked in, if you're saying, hey, I've mastered this 3.5 minutes, cool, none of it matters now because this happened and this happened and this happened. And obviously as sports fans, you would know that, well, I can't write the scripts for sports because they haven't happened yet. So there's a lot of instantaneous information that you just have to put together. You can't fully prepare for everything. You can prepare for the possibility of anything happening, but good luck to you if you're going to just lock in everything and say, I'm done.
Yeah, no kidding. Change topics a little bit. What did you guys take away from today and the whole experience, and maybe just some key factors that you were going into it, what you thought you were gonna take out of it, but then what you actually ended up taking out of it?
At first, I actually thought that we're just gonna watch you guys, and then it was like, oh, you gotta talk, you gotta do this. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I really like how you guys edit on your own work. Like, you don't have a certain person to do the editing, so it's good to see that, like, you can learn all of this responsibilities. And I also like how, if something's wrong, you just keep going, like improvise, just keep like smooth through. So like the big takeaway would be just being flexible and just keep going what you're saying and just smooth talking.
Yeah, I went to school in Brandon, Assiniboine Community College, and their motto was learn by doing. And I don't learn by just watching somebody do something. Yeah. I have to actually get in there and start doing it. So I was absolutely getting you all on the air today. I'll give you credit, Tom, today when I was in the booth with Noah Fuchs, and Noah said, well, I did just tease that I was going to have a student on with me. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, there's only a minute. Tom, you have live experience, get on there. And then you had a fantastic live conversation that you didn't really get a chance to prepare for, but because of your experience here at PCI Channel 1, you were able to have a great conversation on the air. And then I think everybody got on the air talking about various things and doing weather, and the news will be done today. I know you're doing some newscasts, and I really hope that we get to keep this collaboration going in future years. And for the record, I mean, you're invited to come back anytime. This has been the best day for me. Being able to come here and not have to worry about, the 3 o'clock news because you did it, or, it was just such a fun experience. So I hope we'll see you all back at the station soon.
Yeah, for sure. It was a fun day and a fun experience. And like you said, like we were kind of walked into, I think it was, like you said, Noah's office. We walked in there or whatever, and he was like, all right, I just told a student was coming on, so someone want to go on? And you're like, Tom, you had live experience. Go for it. And I was like, okay, like first thing of the day, go on there. So it was a little nerve wracking, but as the day went on, I think everyone got a little more comfortable. Just I think that's all it is once you get comfortable in what you've been doing and just all stuff like that, you start to gather what it can be like for anyone.
I will say every single person that I asked to do something today went for it. They didn't wait until they were comfortable. I really like that. You guys all pushed yourselves to try different things and to really see what you could do, and I love that. Usually when I have people come in and look at, reading a script or whatever, they're shy and I don't really want to. I'm not ready for it. I'm going to wait. I remember I asked you, the first thing I asked you to do, you're like, yeah. I was like, oh, cool, okay, excellent. And so you just jumped on and everything got done. It was so cool. It was so neat to see how you guys improved throughout the day as well, too. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool to see everyone else too. Like obviously you're nervous for yourself because you don't want to like mess up or whatever. But it was also cool watching your classmates and stuff just going at it and seeing what they can do.
Absolutely, and pushing your teammates in this case to do better is just so fun. And Noah Fuchs' office, he's gonna love that.
I know. That's why I did it. I just said that because he was sitting in there. So right when we got there.
Yeah, Ryan Simpson's gonna have to find a new one because it now belongs to Noah Fuchs. But yeah, we had a ton of fun, and we have a ton of fun at that building. My favorite thing about radio has to be the people. I love the job. Like I've wanted to be in radio forever, but I just love the people there, and it makes it so much more fun and makes it easy to deal with whatever the stress happens to be of the day, because we're all going to get through it. We know we're all going to get through it because we have each other's backs.
Yeah, for sure. And like you were saying, like it seems like the camaraderie you guys all have between each other. It's just like it kind of all goes both ways, like between everyone. Oh yeah,
I mean all the youngins, they talk about their music, and I'm actually at that point now where I have no idea what you guys are talking about a lot of the time. I never thought I would be that guy, but you're going to be that person.
Yeah, everyone will be.
People are going to mention everybody. I just saw some people turn around and look at me there. They're like, "Oh, this old guy." Yeah, you're going to be the old people too. All of y'all. You're going to be the old people too. Somebody's going to mention some sort of music you've never heard of, an artist you've never heard of, and you'll be like, I don't know what that is. It's going to happen sooner than you expect. Is this coming from me? There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's already starting.
Back in my day. Anyway, I won't get too much into it. But I could. I really could.
Yeah. Kai, I think we skipped over. We didn't hear what did you take away and learn from the experience going to the station today?
Well, like my biggest takeaway was just like keeping like all the conversations flowing smooth and like making sure that you're like you kind of got to go through it in your head before, but then like you've just got to be prepared all the time and just ready to like keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
And just like improvise, lots of improvising. And like I was surprised, like you guys, they were always on the go, like always doing something, and there's always something that was needing to get done, and I was surprised it was just like that, like working that diligently, and like everybody was always doing something, it seemed like. So like I thought it was pretty neat to just see them all working that smoothly and like getting everything done. It was nice.
Two things. Make sure you send this clip to my boss. Very much appreciate that. And secondly, you sang on the air.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
as a joke, because you sang on the air because you sing, and that's great. But then it was, Kai is going to sing now,
right on the spot. Definitely,
but then he did it.
Definitely, I know,
and it was great. It was so fun. And Gladys Green, who won the tickets, actually came in earlier today already and said she loved it. She loved everything that was done during that show. So. You all stepped up, and it was a blast, and we're going to have to do it again. And next year, we're going to do it again. PCI Channel 1, we're going to have to bring more people in and just have a great experience, because this may be the most fun I've had in terms of a single day in radio. And I've covered a lot of like really cool elections and stuff, but like this was really, really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it helped that you were all so into it.
Yeah, no, it was a fun experience for us. I could just tell from everyone. You don't even have to ask, like, oh, so what'd you think? Like, you could just tell everyone was kind of happy to be there, making jokes here and there.
Yeah.
Everyone's ums.
Yeah, I think I had Ryan doing impressions by the end of the day, too, which is good. So when Ryan comes back next year, we'll have to see what other impressions they've come up with. Yeah. It was good. It was really good. I was really impressed with all of you.
Yeah. And the part where you're like, I fell into, and then you just paused it. Yeah. Just paused right.
Burning. Right. I'll stop right there. Yeah, it was so good. And then you as well with the live call when Noah's like, all right, give me a hockey call. Yeah. And you're like, okay, paint me the picture.
Yeah.
I popped. I loved it. It was so well done.
Yeah.
It was so well done.
Just got real into it. My buddy's grandma, who was on the team, she messaged me from his phone and said that was funny. Like
she's on the team?
No.
Man.
No.
I think we just stumbled upon some sort of controversy here that the Trojans and Saints are getting older people to play. Because if that's the thing, if you guys are doing that, I would absolutely love to come back and play basketball. It would be so much easier now.
Yeah. Well, get the. I'm sorry, I forget his name. But get that guy from the station. Was he like 6'8"?
Yeah. He actually, I think he's taller than that because I'm 6'5". I think he's like 6'10".
Really?
Yeah, Rob, Big Bob, we
Jeez.
call him now.
Is that?
Big Bob? Yeah.
That's funny because
Yeah.
no. She messaged me from his phone and was like, "Great job on the call. I don't know how you were on the radio or what, but that was really funny." Like it was just funny because I got it from his phone, so I'm thinking like, "What?" And then at the bottom it said, "P.S. This is his grandma."
Yeah.
So,
Tell her you just walked in. You just walked in and went on the air.
yeah, I just walked in.
Yeah.
Say, so what are you here to do? I'm just here to make a call.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I got involved. I
Yeah?
walked in, back in Brandon when I first started. I had gone to school for radio, and I went across the street. I walked in and I talked to Clay Young, who's on TV now in Winnipeg doing news for Global and Chorus and that. And I just said, "Hey, I'm the summer student intern person. I'm just looking to learn more things." And he took that to mean, "Oh, you're going to work in the news." And so then instantly he's like, "Yeah, you're going to go cover all these different things." The first thing I covered was a murder. The first thing in Brandon, he just sent me. We figured out some information. We ran with it, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'm a news guy now. And then moving to Portage La Prairie, my dad said, go to Sea Fry.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you and getting to know a little bit more about you and everyone and what today has been for all of us. So, alrighty, thank you for joining us. That's been me. I'm Thomas Latina on Better Talk Podcast. We'll catch you next time.